maneuver and find out if you cheating, bust you and move on. No crying, no upset.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I knew it.
You hard with your shit, huh?
I was not anymore.
You soft now?
Oh yeah,
In
had
your
to.
soft girl era?
I had to. I had to walk into my
You
feminine
express
self.
your feelings?
100%. And that again, I was in my 20s, right? In my 20s, I came across that way. I would say all the way up until my 30s, to be quite honest.
When you had that philosophy, that mentality, did you allow opportunities to slip through your fingers?
Absolutely, all the time.
Good ones.
Good ones. I know.
Wow.
I know it, and it was because of that mentality. And what the feedback from the men was, I act like I don't need them. That I wouldn't fight for the relationship, and if it went left, I'd walk.
Would it be safe to say you were kind of operating in your arrogance?
No, I think it's fear. Actually,
Fear.
yeah, operating 100% in fear.
Okay.
It wasn't an arrogant thing. It was fear of it falling apart and me falling apart with it.
What is reality? Motherfuckers out here don't know shit. They ain't trying to know shit. Just a young motherfucker out here trying to represent. Get my motherfucking paper. You don't think so? Fuck up. Cause I'm riding on drugs, bang all that type of shit.
They like crazy.
Better get paid, motherfucker. Fuck dreaming the same dreams, being down for the same team. What it seems to be reality is just a dream. Out of eye, the colors that I wear is do or die. When I walk down the street, well, I meet evil in disguise. So I told her 4-4 with hollow tips. But my mom telling me shut or not, or should I pull it? What I represent, God only knows what lies for myself. Jealousy and hatred, niggas is out for my wealth. While I perish, living selfish for the rest of my life. Cause those who live wrong is bound to live a short life. Will money be the root of my destruction? Without the money, I can't even seem to function.
Now there's nowhere for me to turn. There's nowhere for me to hide from reality.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm SB Global. This is Truth Lies Reality. Today we have two lovely young ladies. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, starting right over here.
All right, my name is Latea Davis, and this is
Margeaux French. Glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, let's
Margeaux
do it.
French, that's a dope name.
Thank you, thank you.
French, where's that name come from?
France.
France.
Yeah, Margeaux is French.
Hey now.
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
That's about as far as it goes.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
You ever been to France?
No, I've been to Germany though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
How you like
nice.
it?
I loved Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Hamburg, Germany.
How they
The
treat
best.
black people over there?
I mean, I think all black people need to get out of the country.
Okay.
They need to get out of the United States. It's a whole different vibe outside of the U.S.
What's the place everybody got to go to with the hookers?
Oh, Amsterdam?
Amsterdam. Did
Right,
you
with
did
the
you go
hookers
there?
and the
I
weed.
did go to Amsterdam.
Did you get the weed?
No.
Did
I
you
don't
get a
smoke.
hooker?
Did you get a hooker?
No.
Did you go peeking at the hooker?
I did peek. I went behind the red curtain a little bit. I'm like, I just want to see.
Right.
But shoot, it's not hard to miss it. It's out in the glass. It's,
Oh.
yeah. It's
Full display.
full, Oh,
Really?
it's a segregated area for it. So you
Wow.
have
So it's legal.
100%
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
in that area, not outside of it.
Not outside.
It's
So like
contained.
y'all stay over there, but don't come over here.
Right.
Type
Now,
shit.
what about
Okay.
the weed? That's legal all throughout Amsterdam, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Did you get a Royale with cheese?
No. What is a Royale with cheese?
You never saw Pulp Fiction?
I did,
Oh,
but
it's
a
been so
long
long.
time
I
ago.
know.
What's a Royale with cheese?
A quarter pounder.
Oh, okay.
Like from McDonald's.
A quarter pounder in Amsterdam, yeah.
They
Quarter
got
pounder with
McDonald's
cheese.
over there.
Yeah,
They call it a
girl.
Royale with
McDonald's
cheese.
everywhere.
Girl.
Shit, McDonald's
Yeah.
ain't missing no
Nothing.
area.
Apparently, according to John Travolta on the movie, they don't use ketchup for their French fries. They use
No, they use mayonnaise.
Oh,
That was very hard to
disgusting.
get. I went to, my son plays, he just retired, played American professional football there. So that's how I ended up going.
You have a son who just retired from professional football?
Yeah, American professional football in Europe.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, he's my bonus son. I didn't give birth to
Okay.
him, but,
Okay.
you know, I helped raise him. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's your relationship status?
I am in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
A
you?
new one.
Yes, engaged.
Engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the rock she on her. She
Okay.
can barely hold that cup up.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is your first marriage, right? But you've been engaged once before, I remember. Right?
Oh man, this is my third engagement, but never
Go
been
get her.
married.
Okay.
Hmm
Now, why do you think that is?
Well, to no fault of mine, of
Mhm.
course.
She's like, I'm taking your
I'm to no
responsibility.
fault of mine. You know, it ain't never our fault. But
No, of course
but
not.
for real, it really wasn't my fault. The first engagement, I was young. I believe I was about 23. You know, young love,
Mhm.
in college last year. And the
Mhm.
plan was because I was going to college in Dallas, Texas. The plan was for me to do my last year, move back home, and then we gonna get married, live this whole happy life. The semester before I graduated, he came to my house and told me that he had a one night stand, and the girl called and said she was pregnant. Yeah, so
Mm.
I'm like, okay, hey, and when you 23, you like shit. All right, hey, I'm
Mm.
good. Move around.
Deuces, huh?
Yeah.
Deuces on real
Yeah.
quick, and I'm
Yeah.
in a whole nother state, so I was already having, a little a second doubts,
Yeah.
about the whole thing. So that just kind of
Plus, you're 23,
solidified.
so your
Come on
options
now,
was like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can
Man.
pick and choose right now.
Yes, yes. So shoot, it got so that dwindled away, that died out. And then the second one was my daughter's father. My daughter is
Okay.
17 now. And
Okay.
he ended up getting incarcerated, but I held it down for about 2 years, and then from that, uh it was one of those things where and I can understand when you're incarcerated, people get in your head,
Mm-hmm.
they telling you things that's happening on the outside, and now you're questioning the relationship or questioning
Mm.
things on the outside, and not
Mhm.
having that trust in people. So I'm like, I'm the one out here holding you down. Like,
Right.
don't listen to these motherfuckers, because they not sending you $5. They not answering your phone call. Like,
Mhm.
but it had got to a point where I was just like, I'm fed up. I'm through. But we're friends till this day. So that was engagement number two.
I was gonna ask you that. Now,
Yeah.
what about the first engagement? Because I kind of felt like you had a little bit of regret for moving on so quickly.
No, you know
No.
what? Just to keep it 100, I was kind of 50% checked out anyway, because we were living two separate lives, right? We were together almost 3 years and engaged one of the three. So I'm over here in Texas living my college life, and
Mhm.
he's out here in California. It wasn't like we were living in the same state,
Right.
and able to build that bond and that relationship. But anytime I came home for spring break, Christmas break, things like that, we were good, but it always took a little time to warm up.
An
You know
adjustment
what I'm saying?
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to adjust,
Yeah.
because you didn't been away for 4 or 5 months, and then you come back and you got to kind of adjust back into the
Mhm.
relationship. So by the time it's time for you to go back, of course you seeing sprinkles and unicorns and sparkles, but when you get back out there, that's a whole nother life. You in
Mhm.
college life, and we were in the college life. I
Yeah.
had pledged, we was about that life out
Right.
there, but I was faithful. I'm gonna be clear.
Enough,
Yeah.
faithful
I was
enough.
faithful. I was faithful
Faithful
enough.
enough for you to
I
say
wasn't.
faithful.
I wasn't screwing
She's like,
nobody. Hell,
disclaimer.
I was faithful.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't screwing nobody. I may have been grinning at folks, but I
Mhm.
wasn't
Skinning and
screwing
grinning.
nobody.
No,
Yeah, I was
nobody put
skinning
the
and
tip
grinning. I was
in or
like,
nothing
hey,
like that,
hey. Nobody put the tip in. No,
Oh,
I didn't let it
huh?
go that far,
That's right. That's
but it
right.
was
Wait,
just
hey,
like,
thank God for small favors, man.
Mm-hmm.
man.
You.
But it was just one of those things where, you kind of, and I'm not no super religious person, but
Mhm.
it's one of those things where you ask God, like, show me a sign if this is where I'm supposed to be at the age of 23.
Right.
Like, is this the man for me? Has he been? Because I had kind of questioned, our relationship status, not the status, but as far as his commitment level,
Mhm.
But at
but
23 in college,
come
what
on
is a
now.
commitment level, though?
Right.
At
Like,
40, I'm 46
Delusional.
now. I just turned
right.
46.
Delusional, thinking you can commit
Come on now.
to
Exactly.
anything,
Man,
even your own goals at that time.
come
It's,
Right.
on
you don't know
now.
what
You
you're
still
doing.
maturing
In
and growing.
hindsight, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But at 23, you think you know it
Oh,
all. You
believe me,
know what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
I
We
know.
think we grown at
Yeah.
23. Y'all probably got some 23 or older kids, and they
Well, I
think they
do.
grown.
I got two of them. Shoot.
And they
Now,
think
you
they
say you're
grown.
in a new relationship, right?
Yeah.
How new?
Like 5 months in now.
Hey.
Yeah, 5 months in now.
Okay, you seem excited about it.
I am. I mean, right now, it's the honeymoon phase, right?
You know, everybody's saying that the dating scene sucks.
Yeah.
They said the dating pool is polluted.
Oh my God.
I think it depends on the pool
Okay.
that you're dipping in, right? And I also think it depends on your age. I could say my age. I don't mind. I'm going on 53, and
Beautiful.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And I think the way I look at dating is probably more strategic than it is just out there dating. You know, I think I'm very strategic about it because at this age, I've got a lot to lose.
Right.
You know, what did Deion Cole say? I only got about 20 summers left. So
20 good ones.
20 good
20
ones. That's
good
what he
ones.
said. I think I got 30.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
mean,
just
I
me.
got 45
Right.
of them bitches.
Right. So I had to be strategic about how I wanted to date at this age.
How did you meet this new gentleman 5 months
Online,
ago?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
You want to shout out the platform?
Yeah, Bumble.
Bumble.
Hey, mine
Shout out to Bumble.
Mine was BLK.
BLK.
Yes, I
Yeah.
met
I
mine
seen
on the
you on there.
You
You
seen it?
seen
Started to go right.
You didn't swipe up.
I said, no.
Right, see,
He's like,
that's
I
my
ain't
nigga.
right.
Right. Yeah, that's my nigga. Boy, I would have thought you was a creep. I would have thought he was a creep if he would have swiped on mine. Like, this nigga, I would have
That's
called you
TT.
nigga.
What you doing? Yeah, I seen you on there. So damn.
You see me?
Damn,
Man,
okay,
it ain't
so
got
that's when
that
you
bad,
got it.
right? And let me
Man.
tell you about online dating.
Okay.
Because I was never a fan of online
Me either.
dating. Never
Me
a
either.
fan.
Yeah.
During COVID, so before COVID, my homegirls and my relatives was like, you got to get online. You know, that's where it's at. That's where everybody are meeting people.
Right.
And I'm like, no, it's crazy folks on there. It's lunatics. I like to have authentic, engagement to see, fill them out to see if I
Yeah.
even want to give them my number.
Right.
And they were like, there's professionals on there that's just like you that maybe don't have time to go out into the
That
world
was my
and meet
thing.
people.
That was
and
my
that was my
thing.
thing as well.
Yeah.
Or they're just not meeting the quality people, so you got to give it a chance. I'm like, nah. Once COVID hit and everybody went in the house,
Locked in.
everybody in the house, my cousin was like, you got to try it. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Create me a profile. So she created me a profile.
My best friend created mine.
Yeah, she created my profile.
And my son picked my pictures.
And let me tell yes. And let me tell you, when I first got on that bitch, she was showing me how to scroll and shit because she needed to show me how to navigate through it because I didn't want to be, clicking shit and swiping and then ugly motherfuckers get to jumping in. You like, ooh, ugly. But I'm swiping. I'm swiping and I'm just like, ooh, man, I'm looking at them ugly bitches on there. So I'm like, ooh, he pop-eyed. Ooh, where his teeth at? Ooh, and that was like my first reaction to online dating, to the profiles that were on there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me a few months, to really get it right.
I went on and off. Like, I tried Hinge once, and I was like,
That's his shit.
That's
Yeah.
your shit.
But I did it. I met some weirdos, like, where I felt like I had to have my family in a parking lot.
Wow.
Like, because I was like, oh, he's straight weird. Like, I met a couple weirdos. But then I met some solid people that I thought was cool. And then I let it go because I didn't want...
Lunatics.
Yeah, because I didn't want weirdos. And so I lied about my area. I put it out far. And the funny is how I got called on it. Because when I met my guy, he was like, oh, I'm at XYZ. Can we meet? I'm getting off a plane for work. I'm like, look, I can't say that I want to meet you to go eat right now. Like, I'm not sure because I'm getting off a plane. You're trying to come. I don't even know what traffic is like. And mind you, we've been talking on the phone for a month.
Oh, shit.
So I lied about where I was. So when he asked me how close Paramount was to Downey, I'm like, why is he asking me that? I forgot I lied about my location. So I'm going, I said, Paramount right next door to Compton. I live in Compton. What is he? I was like, oh, shoot, I lied. So, so I lied about it. And then I was like, I'm right here. I'm right down the street. I can meet you. Okay, cool. And then once I met him, then that's when I was like, okay, we can see from here if I'm going to let him know where I live and, all the other stuff. Because I kept all of that.
So that's all part of the strategy.
100%.
Is throwing people off on the location.
Heck yeah.
You got to.
You have
People
to.
are crazy. People
Oh
are
Yeah.
yeah, they
crazy.
all the ladies lying about their age.
Mm-mm.
Was you lying about your age, TT?
Hell nah. Shit, I'm proud of my age. Shit, I didn't made it this far, and I feel like I don't look that bad to be
You don't.
46.
You
Shit,
don't.
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't lie about mine. I mean, what's the
It's a
point?
what's the
50-something
point?
year old lady on my thing. I'm like, goodness gracious, shit. That's what
Yeah,
they
Mm,
doing these days.
carry
my guy's
yourself.
5 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's younger and
He was outside. I saw him. He was waiting for it, gentlemen.
Oh, he
yeah,
Yeah,
was.
he's a
Yeah,
nice
he wanted to
guy. He's
come. I
nice.
told him it was small.
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Yeah,
My
they
dude.
asked me, can I bring my man? I said,
Yay.
she
Uh
got her
huh.
Uh-huh.
man with her.
It's
I
a
know that's
little
right.
Yes.
commute, you
And
know.
my dude was gonna come too, and
Yeah.
they were gonna
Let's go
go,
hang out
yes,
and go
and
to a
hang
bar or
out
something.
while
Okay.
we're up in
Yeah.
here. But my dude ended up going up into Corona. He went to go get a haircut with my brother,
They
and
keeping
then
a
they
close
went to
eye
brunch.
on they things. Hey,
Man,
hell no.
he just, you know what, Suge, he really want to. He's been doing some podcast things, and he really wanted to talk to you and kind of get some feedback and
Okay.
your and
Yeah.
some insight on the business. So
Okay, well, yeah, we can do
yeah,
that.
he said that he didn't see. Well, he saw you at Gary House, but
But
you
we didn't get a
slid
chance to
out.
talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you was a slider,
Yeah, I
boy. You
slide.
be sliding. He don't even
Hey,
say bye to no
I'm
damn
horrible
body.
at goodbyes.
Damn.
Me too.
Man, they be
They
so
call me the
awkward.
ghost. They call me the
Bye.
ghost. You look up,
But
I'm gone.
you know what though, Suge? I
Uh,
like that strategy
yeah.
because when you go to family gatherings or events, when you gotta say bye to motherfuckers, sometimes it takes another 30
Baby.
minutes. You still
Baby, my daddy is the coldest dude. You look up, he was high fiving, dancing. All of a sudden they're like, "Where's French?" French been gone. He been gone an hour.
Yeah, I just slide.
I
you
slide
gotta
out.
slide
Call
out.
me
I'm
the
gonna start
ghost.
doing that shit, but I
I
feel like I
do.
gotta say bye to everybody.
Yeah.
I
I
tell
say
the
hi to
main
everybody.
person.
Yeah, the
You
Yeah.
ain't
main
say
The
bye
person.
to
main
me,
person is
hell.
who I say bye to.
You ain't say bye to me.
Whoever
hell.
hosted the party, I'm gonna say bye to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm
I'm
be
gonna
like,
start
girl, you
doing.
know I'm about to go, right? Shh. And I
Uh-huh.
dip on
And I
out.
think you was the last one I had I had a conversation with
Mhm.
you before you slid.
Yeah, I was ready to
You,
slide one before you got there.
oh,
But
I
I
kept
stuck
you that
around.
extra
I stuck
30.
around to fuck with you for a minute. And then I was like, all right, after I finished talking to you, I was like, let me help Danielle find his phone.
You did
And
say that.
yep,
And you slid.
yep,
I
I
looked
handed her the
around.
keys. I said, head to the car. I'm right behind you.
Man, I gotta start doing that because that
Yep.
should
Yeah.
take 30 minutes.
Sure
It
do.
did.
You
It
look
may
up,
even
you
take
another
an
hour.
hour
You
because
there
somebody
another
be like,
hour.
"No, don't go. I
Yeah.
just got here. Talk to me." You be like, "Fuck."
Miss Margeaux.
Yes.
I love that name,
Thank you.
Margeaux. You should change the spelling to the EAUX. That's
You know,
dope.
that's what I have on my Instagram.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's because
Miss
that's the actual
Margeaux.
French way to spell it.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
EAUX is O in French.
How you say it in France?
Oh. EAUX is O.
Margeaux.
Margeaux.
Margeaux, Miss Margeaux. That's why I said it like that.
Margeaux.
Margeaux.
Miss Margeaux. Now, when was your last relationship before this current one?
Ooh. It was it ended 3 years before, but we were still hanging out up until probably
Holding on for
7,
dear
8
life, or
months before.
not knowing how to just break it off totally.
Had to break it off totally. Had to walk away, cold turkey, cut it off because it was over a decade-long relationship.
What was wrong with the relationship?
He didn't want to go to the next level, which was, I don't know how long he wanted me to wait for marriage.
You wanted marriage?
Yeah.
And he wasn't interested in marriage?
No.
He vocalized that.
100%.
And what was his issue with marriage?
I personally think he just didn't want to share his space. I think there was a lot of excuses made and a lot of good person. I don't ever want to paint a bad picture of him. An excellent man. And he'll make someone happy one day. If she's okay with staying in her lane and her lane being not being married. I just think he can't take change. Change is just not for him.
You've been married before?
Never. I'm the polar opposite of what the stereotypical woman feels about marriage. I never wanted to be married. Ever. Like all my friends used to be, they picking out China pattern. I know you learned something new about me, huh?
Not the white. You didn't want the white picket fence and the big
I
wedding?
was never that girl.
What?
Never that girl. And once I got older, I started seeing the value of marriage. And then I said, okay, wait. Let's look at it this way. If the relationship itself is so great that it should end in marriage, meaning boyfriend and girlfriend ends in marriage, starts in husband and wife, then that's when I would get married.
Mhm.
It has to be the relationship itself. If it never warrants it, then I won't get married.
In the past, when
Mhm.
you had that philosophy, that mentality,
Mhm.
did you allow opportunities to slip through your fingers?
Absolutely, all the time.
Good ones.
Good ones.
Wow.
I know it, and it was because of that mentality. And what the feedback from the men was, I act like I don't need them. That I wouldn't fight for the relationship, and if it went left, I'd walk. And I
Where,
gave that off.
where,
That
where do you
perception off.
think that came from,
My
though?
childhood, 100%. My parents. They were married.
Uh
They
huh.
were married my whole life. They
Okay.
got divorced when I was 20, 26. So
Okay.
they were together almost 27 years.
Was this you imitating your mother's approach to marriage or
My dad.
your dad's?
Yeah, I'm a daddy's girl. So I imitated my dad's approach to marriage, which he could take it or leave it.
Hmm.
And I think that played the biggest part in how I navigated the relationships.
Would it be safe to say you were kind of operating in your arrogance?
No, I think it's fear, actually.
Fear.
Yeah, operating 100% in fear.
Okay.
It wasn't an arrogant thing. It was fear of it falling apart and me falling apart with it.
Hmm.
So I'm not gonna go get that level. I'm not gonna get that close.
It may have came across like arrogance, though.
Yeah, it came across like shit. She could come or go. She's not gonna fight for this relationship. If I mess up, she's just gonna walk. We're not gonna be able to walk through it, work through it. And that again, I was in my 20s, right? In my
Right.
20s, I came across that way. I would say all the way up until my 30s, to be quite honest.
Did you have an experience in relationships that kind of, you know, gave you a reason to have fear, or was this just something that you saw from your mom and dad?
My mom and dad.
Nothing, none of you, no, not your own personal experience.
It
That
started.
gave you
I
fear.
think I almost projected it on my other relationships. To be honest, I think I literally projected on them,
Wow.
and I think I started to attract that
Mm.
because I projected it.
Yeah, you created this ghost,
Yeah, and then the ghost came into my house because I let the ghost in
and he haunted you.
like a mofo for 20 some years. And so once that happened, I'm like, I didn't wake up to it till I was 40. Because at that point, I was real comfortable in it. I catch my dude cheating, hopping fences, peeping through windows, cracking codes,
Oh,
all
you was
that.
that one?
Girl, I'm the private eye. So anybody want their guy to get
What's your
caught?
zodiac?
Taurus.
Okay.
You a Taurus?
I'm a Taurus.
That's
May
my
Taurus?
baby daddy.
May Taurus. May 100%.
Ah,
Yeah,
he's
I
an
could-
April Taurus.
And I could maneuver and find out if you cheating, bust you and move on. No crying, no upset.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Right.
I knew
Move
it.
around.
You hard with your shit, huh?
I was not anymore.
You soft now?
Oh yeah, had
Your
to.
soft girl era?
I had to. I had to walk into my feminine
You express your feelings?
100%.
Is cheating automatically a deal breaker?
For me, it is because you lose the trust, and trust is big. You know what I'm saying? I don't
But
want to.
what if you catch a person in a lie? I mean, it's the same thing. Nobody's going to be perfect.
Well, it depends on the lie. You know, there's white lies that we all tell. You know, you may have picked up a burger but said you didn't eat. You know, because you want to, you don't want to break. You don't want to. You may be on a diet, right? And you just say, hey, no, I ain't
giving
ate
straight
nothing. I've been
side-eye.
good.
He's
I've been
side-eyeing.
Let's
good.
say,
Side-eye.
But the white lies.
let's say current
but a real-
fiance is married right now.
Ah,
But in the process of trying to clear that up, paperwork legal.
He talking to you. I don't have a fiance.
If he's married right now
uh-huh.
and he never told you that, that's a big lie.
Oh hell, fuck
Right?
yeah! No, I'm
But-
gone.
You gone.
I'm gone because it loses for me. The trust is gone.
I'm sure you haven't been fully you haven't had full disclosure with everything that you've done or did or possibly do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
don't think you can.
Right.
I think there's not enough life left to live to know 100% everything somebody's done.
so if he
Right.
got married, let's say
You
when he
want-
was
you
in
just-
in
you-
prison. I'm
uh-huh.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you grew up with the person, yeah.
Right.
Like, if I known that dude, if I married the dude next door, that's been next door to my house,
Mhm.
to my grandmama's house,
Mhm.
my whole life, I know everything he's ever done,
Right.
right? Because he's been there since birth.
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, that's one thing. But when you meet somebody new,
Right. You can't
That takes
possibly.
years to
Watch my
figure that
phone in
out.
case
Right.
somebody texts me or something.
Right. That takes years.
That takes a lot.
Yeah.
And it takes circumstances to come up because half the time you're not going to be triggered to talk about it till something else happened that triggers you to talk about something that you experienced in your past.
Right. So let's say he got married when he was in prison,
Okay.
just a conjugal whatever, just to have somebody to do his time with.
Right.
And he felt like when he met you that he didn't want to tell you. He didn't want to tell you he was married because he doesn't consider that a marriage.
Right. So this is a marriage when you're not actually engaging in marital things.
Right.
With
He's
the
just
person. It
on
was just
paper,
circumstance.
and he's feeling
Okay,
like
well,
he
that's
feel like this ain't
different.
worth ruining a potential good thing
Right.
because I don't know how she's gonna take this.
Right. Right.
So I'm gonna just keep this to myself while I figure it out.
Right.
But he's still lied.
Well,
That's a
Go
tough
ahead.
one.
that's a tough one because maybe the conversation has never came up about are you married? Because sometimes we assume certain things about people. Because if you're talking to me and you're courting me, I'm assuming that you're not in a relationship. I don't want to hit the mic.
You good?
I'm assuming you're not in a relationship, especially not married. You know, I may ask if you're in a relationship, but I may not ask, are you married? Because I feel that that first question covers all that, right?
Yeah, no,
But
I ask all that.
if you
I
all
want
up
to
in
know
the
if your
Kool-Aid,
gen.
you all up.
I want to know if you was born a man. I need
Ooh,
to
Yeah, you
know.
gotta know that.
definitely. Do you like
you
men? Absolutely.
non-binary?
All
Man.
that. All that.
But again, you also have to play into the role age. Age has a big age and experience has a big play. So the dude who's gotten married before, like at my age, I'm meeting men who got grandkids, right?
Right,
You know,
right.
so they done lost the house. You
Yeah.
know, they done lost the
Been married
401k.
once or twice.
You know, or even the once took such a toll, right? Now they look at women way differently, right? Because all that baggage that came from all that loss. Because men are valued in, and this is again I'm not a man, but I can speak on it, raising men, right? Is that value is what you can bring to the table both financially and mentally with a woman. But also she's got to live up to a certain expectation of what a wife is. But we make assumptions about, and so getting back to what you were asking me about the long-term relationship, this is one of the key parts that made it crumble. I never asked what he wanted in a wife. I never asked what he wanted. I made assumptions, like you just said. We make these assumptions that, oh, you want somebody to cook for you? You want somebody to take care of you? You want somebody to nurture you? Come find out he didn't need none of that. None of it. He's not that dude. He's, he's desensitized. He's in, like, he's police officer. So he's a little desensitized, whole 9 yards. So he needs something totally different than what I could ever give, right? But that part of me, that nurturing part, is who I am. That's the naturalness in me. So now coming out of different relationships and now walking into the softer side of me, I'm starting to ask that question. What do you need? What do you want from a woman? If you look at a woman and obviously if you look and say this person's attractive, let's put that to the side. You got to be attracted.
Physical.
You got to be attracted no matter what.
Right.
Sex, got to have it no matter what. So those two things, let's just put those on the shelf.
Okay.
But let's look at the deeper side of what's going to make you put a ring on it and stay faithful. Because those two things are your value, right? You're going to put your hard-earned money on a ring.
Right.
So that's the value of a man. You got to be able to pay, right? The other value is, how do I keep you? How do I keep you faithful, right? And most women are too afraid to ask the question.
Do you want to be faithful, though?
Right. They're too afraid to ask the
don't.
question because they're afraid they're going to lose something they don't even have yet.
Right.
That's what the fear of women. They won't just head up and just say, you know what? And that now, again, coming out of a long-term relationship, not having asked those questions. And we cool to this day. I asked him at the end what he wanted. Because at that point, I'm already checked out. I'm already gone. But we still cool. We still friends. So I'm like, what did you want? Like, what did you need? And he was like, you're a wife. You are wife material. But I'm traditional wife material. That's not what he needed. He didn't want that.
He wanted somebody to fit his mold.
100%. And he's, a little misogynistic. So he wanted everything in his way and his way only. And then I realized how he moved with his friend groups, how he moved with his side businesses and all his little hustles and stuff. He sits up here. Everybody listen to him. Well, the way I move in my circle and my side stuff, I sit up there too. So now you got two at the
Dominant,
top,
yeah.
right? And that's okay because I'm willing to play that role. Now, not in my 20s and 30s, but now I don't mind sitting back and letting you take the lead. But at the end of the day, you didn't even want that.
What did he want?
He wanted a non-partnership where he make all the decisions only.
He didn't want a strong woman. He wanted a
Well,
silly
he didn't want
dilly.
even whether it's strong. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want
A silly dilly. There's plenty of them.
Again, you know what that comes from? Insecurity. You have to be a very insecure person to throw money figures as to the value of why they should be with you.
Right.
Because that means in their mind, they don't have anything else to offer. They have nothing else to offer you. It's just like, and it's the reverse for women. We as women get that all the time. Baby, I could do this. Baby, I got this. Let me get you on this flight. All of that.
And that's why y'all just take advantage of that and get that for what it's worth.
Because all they offer.
That's all you put out there.
Offering. And yeah, we don't want everything at the forefront. Like even with me, I'm not gonna say I'm a private person, you know, but some things don't need to be said offhand. You don't need to know my monetary value. You don't need to know what I bring to the table. Let's fill this out and see where it goes.
Okay. I know not now because we've grown and we've learned from our mistakes.
Yeah.
And we're different and we're healed.
Yeah.
And we're healing in the process of still healing.
Yeah.
And healed from a lot of past trauma. But do you find yourself, even with that healing that has taken place, kind of practicing conditional femininity?
Oh man.
Depending upon what the guy does or doesn't do.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, my last relationship, I buried it. Like I said, he didn't need the nurturing. So all the stuff that came natural, buried, right? Just buried, and didn't even really realize that it was buried, and didn't realize that I needed it so bad to be that nurturing feminine self until this relationship. This relationship changed the whole game for me. It changed everything because he's, has children, he has sisters, he has a great relationship with his parents, and he loves his mom. And so those things, the feminine side, all of that can spill out and be actually grateful for it and not take it for granted or feel like he don't need it.
Do you ever feel powerful in your femininity?
100%.
Because you should.
Absolutely.
Because
sometimes that can be our downfall.
That's where it is.
That's
the power of a woman.
But that can be our downfall.
How?
at the same. I ain't gonna say our downfall. I can say that can be looked at as a negative because some guys, they want to feel masculine. They want to feel dominant in relationships. And when we're strong Black women, and we feel like, I don't need you, I can do this, and we project that energy. Like the moment something that don't go our way, it's all right.
I agree with you to a certain extent. Here's where I think there's a balance in that. You can be a strong feminine Black woman, right? Without emasculating the Black man.
Come on.
That's true.
I'm saying you can walk in that, you can be that. I'm a type, you know me, I'm a full-blown own type A. Can't do what I do for a living not being a type A. Because I am such a type A, and I do suck the air out of a room half the time. I know I do. That's the only kind of men I should ever talk to. And I realize I only attracted assholes. Seriously.
For real.
Because think about it. If you got, and tell me if I'm wrong here. Now I got two men I could bounce this theory off of. If you got a woman who's in a situation, a social situation, where everybody's kind of vibing, having drinks, you talking, and you got a type A woman who commands the room. The quiet dude in the back won't come up to her. That quiet dude in the corner who's just sitting watching, he'll never approach you.
That's the one I like.
That's the one I like.
Yeah.
I like that one in the back.
That's the one I like. I don't like that one that's all.
But see, the one
dance
that's
in the
all
video.
of that, that's the one who comes because he feels he's got the balls to handle her. And he also feels like he could tame me. Right? So it's like, oh, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to get her number. And he's telling all his friends this. And the quiet dude at the back is the one I got my eye on. I'm
Yeah.
not talking to Big Mouth
Because
who's coming towards me.
he's sitting listening. Big Mouth ain't listening.
To
He's
nothing.
just
But
with what he's
Quiet dude,
interested
you
in.
gonna tame yourself a quiet dude.
There you go. So, but here's the thing. All these years, I thought, well, this is the only one who's talking to me. So obviously, this is what I'm attracting. Obviously, this is what I like. Until the script is flipped, and I'm like, I don't like this anymore. This is not who I am. I don't want to battle, just like you said. I don't want to compete. He's making me compete, and I don't want to, right? So then I flip, and then I meet somebody different who has quiet confidence. And the quiet confidence is what got me into my femininity, where I could say, you know what? Yeah, he knows I'm type A. He don't care if I command a room. He sit over here next to me and be like, that's my girl. She coming home to me. I ain't tripping. That's how he act. Now, he's a little different because he's not American. But
He's not
it?
American?
no, he's Guyanese.
Oh, really?
She's a passport girl.
Yeah, I'm giving out green cards. No kidding. No, he's stupid.
What?
No, he's Guyanese, raised in Canada.
Word?
Yeah, raised 100% in
Okay.
Canada.
She flipped the whole script.
I
huh?
mean, I ain't
That's
never
the-
in her.
yeah,
Girl.
She ain't fucking with playing no niggas
I
no more.
mean,
don't get it right.
right.
I didn't know Canada had hoods.
Me
Just-
neither. That's what I'm saying. I ain't
But he
never
started
had one of
breaking down his
them.
past. I was like, what?
I ain't never had one of them. Hell,
Old Margeaux probably wouldn't have gave him a time of day. Only because I'd been like, he ain't from, I don't know nobody who know him. You know, who
we
he
can't
connected
relate.
to.
Yeah, what we gonna
I
talk
live
about?
in a corporate white world in the daytime and Compton at night. Most men can't do that balance. They cannot. And so I'm like, I probably wouldn't have, because I'm like, I need somebody who can understand that. Don't be bagging on my city. Don't, talk about where my mama lived. I don't want that.
Right.
I need somebody who can understand both sides.
Relate
With
too.
him, he don't get it. He doesn't even get the whole concept of how people do that. He just it goes completely over. And to talk to him was so refreshing in a way that he didn't get that because he has no blinder. His thing is, I'm looking at you for who you are.
Right.
And every man I was meeting, that I would tell where I lived or like where I'm from, they was like, oh, if I come over your house, am I gonna get shot? Are you getting this from an NWA movie?
And sometimes we gotta switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're used to and what we used to liking is no longer what we like in that
we
moment.
grow, right?
And we
You
grow.
mature.
Well, you don't know
what I'm
what you don't
saying?
know what you might like if you never expand
If you
your
never
horizon.
experience
That's
outside,
it.
because I was always like, I like somebody that's rough around the edges but not active. Like, I want you to
You
know
want them,
about
you want
the
them
hood.
capable of being dangerous,
Right.
but you don't want them
I don't
walking
want you
around in a
active.
dangerous
No,
energy
I don't want
24/7.
you active. You goddamn tweaking and shit, thinking somebody's after you every time we look up. We can't go no goddamn where, because shit, niggas
You
is
like
after
this?
you. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that, but I want you to be able to understand the neighborhoods and the schools that I grew up in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want
Right.
you to be vigilant of what our community is. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But without being actively involved. You can be, have a pass.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
He
But you
found
want somebody.
himself. Right.
You want a man.
But I don't want no square ass nigga.
Right,
either.
you want, like you
Hell
said,
no.
you missed the part that he said about women, and that if there was somebody to roll up with a gun, he would jump in front of her, right?
You jumping?
So that is a mentality. That I don't mean that literally. What I mean it's a mentality of protection, and that's what you want, right? That's the mentality of protection that you want, that you can maneuver through the hood and be able to go from left to right without any issue. And like I'm saying, with this guy, I didn't know that they had hoods in Canada. And he's schooling me, telling me about how he grew up. And I'm like, okay, so this is why we connect, because
Right.
he gets both sides.
Right,
He's a
right.
retired
That's how it
hockey
go.
player. He's a retired
Wow.
professional hockey player.
Oh, that's dope.
Super dope. His
Oh,
son
man.
played for the Kings. Like,
Wow.
he's
Okay,
a whole
see that?
different.
She opened herself to a whole nother
I'm
stratosphere.
at hockey games.
That's what's up.
Wow.
Loving it.
Why not?
So you
Loving
being
it.
introduced to shit that you was
Yeah.
you never
I would have
been
never gone to a
affiliated
hockey
with it.
game.
Right.
We at hockey
Right.
games every week.
But we limit our lives, and we think
Right.
that's keeping it real, or we
Or
keep
that's authentic.
authentic. Yeah.
No.
Black
Oh, honey, he done told me the whole thing. His son is the first black legacy hockey player because his dad was a professional, his brother was a professional, and now his son is professional. He's
Oh,
the first black
wow.
legacy. You got black
Wow.
hockey players,
Right.
but they're the first in there ever to do it, right?
Right.
For him, he's the first legacy. I mean, they got Super Bowl rings. Like they're no
Wow.
joke. His son got a street named after him in
Oh,
Canada.
that's
The boy only
dope.
23 years old.
And he's 23?
23 and cool as can be, just a sweetheart, wonderful young man. But again, opening me up to things because I'm open now. Like I'm open to learning. Whereas when I'm my 20s and 30s, I'm like, hockey.
Right.
You
We
know.
were writing nigga
I don't
off
wanna hear
quick. In your
Hey,
20s, you were
Hey,
writing nigga off quick.
so listen.
Ooh.
What if your nigga wanted to take you to the symphony or the opera or some shit like that?
Well, that's the opposite. I would take him.
Oh, that's where you at.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
For me,
and
I would
that's
go.
not where he's at.
I would go to be a team player. I'm a team
I gotta
player.
keep it 1,000.
Yeah,
Give me some of that. But I ain't really fucking with that in real life.
With it, but if you like it, hey, if you love it, I'ma like
Hey,
it
but
in this moment.
look, he gonna have you dressed up like, you gonna put that big old gown on,
Yeah.
and them
Hey,
pearls,
I play
and
the
you gonna have
role,
that clutch,
but
and you
just
gonna have that pent up hairdo,
Hey.
and you gonna be that
That
bitch.
updo.
You gonna be
you got
Nicole
that right.
Kidman.
I'm
You gonna
wear
be,
the
you know what I'm saying? He gonna
And
have
T's
his
gonna be
church.
uniform.
asleep.
Hell
T's
yeah,
gonna be asleep. T's be sitting there with that clutch
Hey,
on.
look, you gonna have your little fancy binoculars and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
You're
yeah!
like-
I'm a team player. That's
Yeah.
my thing.
Me
You
too.
know, let me not mess up the mic, but that is my thing. I am always a team player, because everything is not going to be to my liking. Sometimes you have to compromise in areas where you feel
Well,
discomfort.
there's the 80-20
You
rule.
know,
You should
got
only
to.
compromise 20%. 80% should be happy. 20%.
But that compromise, if
I
you
want
don't
that.
know if you're going to be happy because maybe it's something that you've never experienced
Try
before.
it.
Sometimes you got to try it.
That's
So that
exactly.
compromising 80%
Right.
may turn you on to something that you never even knew
Right.
would bring you happiness.
Right.
So I'm open to it. But if it's something that I've done and I'm like, no, it ain't for
I'm
me.
not doing that
Nah,
again.
fuck that. You gone.
Well, look.
You could go
But
on
that's
with
how I
it.
feel about ice hockey. Like, first of all, I roller skate from back in the day, 4 wheels, right? So, and I dance. So I'm thinking this is like, I look
Not
at
a
it.
stripper dancer.
No, not
a
that
hip hop
kind.
dancer.
No. So all them shows that you saw her at Washington, I was a choreographer. Just so you know.
The talent show.
I was her choreographer when they won.
And Horseman.
Listen,
And
Horseman.
I know you be turned around to that mirror,
No, you didn't.
okay? Hands on your knees type shit.
That's when the door closed. That's when the door closed.
Who don't?
Right,
Hands
when
on
the
your
door
knees.
closed.
That's how you practice. You gotta
That's
practice
exactly.
in the house.
That's how you keep limber.
Yes.
Shoot,
You gotta
get
practice.
my age, boy, you gotta keep
Shit.
moving them bones.
Let me tell you.
So look, it's not a good experience if you don't feel like you didn't get enough of it, right? If you don't feel like, hey man, I wish that could have went longer.
Yeah, I
So
agree with you on
hopefully this
Pertaining to
was
what?
that type of good experience.
that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, this right here.
This.
Oh, this is
yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
because
I want to talk some
I
more
want
shit.
I want y'all to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to talk a little more shit.
Yeah. So, but what I want to ask you guys before we go
Okay.
is, what would present you tell past you, and what would you like to let future you know
Ooh,
going forward?
that's a cold,
That's-
ice-breaking, work-related
go
question.
first, or me?
Girl, I gotta process this.
Okay. Oh,
So past
okay.
me, tell present me.
Present you telling
The
past you, and what would present you like?
tell future
future.
you.
Yeah. Okay, I got
Ooh,
this.
that's deep.
Okay. Present me would tell past me that my dad's imperfections aren't all men. That I put all of that on every man I ever dated. His issues in his marriage, that excellent father. Who would ever want to marry him during that time? Like my mom, them two, wow, it was a lot. But he was an excellent dad. Not the greatest husband.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have taken that past me and not separated that. The past me. I would have separated, that's my dad. That's not a reflection of all men.
Mm-hmm.
And measure men against him in that way. I measure them all on the positive side, right?
Right.
Very supportive. My dad used to date me. Like, he used to give me flowers and take me on dates to show boys how they're supposed to treat me. He taught me how to drive, how to ride a bike, how to ride a motorcycle, everything. But that piece about how to deal with men was missing. And I took all the negative part of their marriage and placed it square on men.
Okay.
So I wouldn't do that. I would talk to myself and say, don't do that. Measure every man on his own accord for who he is individually.
And what would you like to tell future you?
I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I'm good enough to be married.
TT.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
What
taking
does-
your ass up. The next one. Okay, go ahead. No, those are valid
That's them
points,
drinks.
though.
That's
okay.
them
No, I'm
drinks.
focused.
I'm trying to.
I remember
hypnotize you.
I remember the question
Hang
too.
in here. What does present you?
Would tell my past me, and then what the present me would tell my future. See, I'm still on it even with the dragon. All right, so my yes, you see, I scooted over too, so I can be in the frame. So my present me would tell the past me to absorb all the information that my ancestors have, because a lot of my ancestors have passed away and they have taken that information to the grave. For example, my father. My father was a masonry, 45 years. He had a lot of knowledge. He done a lot of work on the buildings, like pretty much a lot of the developments around South LA. My father was a part of those developments. My father did a lot of reconstructions within our homes, within the properties that my family owned. And I wish I would have taken the time to learn how to lay tile, how to do stucco. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit that I need done right now, I'm like, damn, Daddy, where you at? But my father passed in 2016, so I wish I would have just taken the time to sit down and learn those trades.
Yeah.
Learn how to, even a mechanic. I said, I wish I would have, instead of getting a degree in teaching, I wish I would have got a certification in being a mechanic. I don't know if that's a politically correct.
I feel like this is you wanting to have something handed down from your father.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the knowledge because of what I need today. You know what I'm saying? When you walk
you
into,
didn't value it then.
I didn't value it then. And even a mechanic, like how many times our cars break down and we go and give these cocksuckers
Whatever they tell us.
whatever they tell us. And it can be something as small as screwing on a cap real tight. And they going to charge you $500 for that shit.
Yeah.
Just imagine y'all bring it to TT's Automotives.
This child said TT's Automotive.
TT Automotives, I'll hook you up, bitch.
Hey, you'll be blown up. I see you, mechanic, in your little
on
coveralls
now.
and stuff.
Come on
And you know
now.
they wouldn't fit like
Shit.
normal coveralls.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do it for a little bit of nothing.
Come
Come
on.
on now, for the homies.
Okay.
So what would you tell
But
your future self?
my future self is just stay focused and just stay focused and just put yourself and your happiness first. Take care of yourself, because sometimes we let the work kind of take us to a place of, I'm not going to say depression, but it takes us to a place of putting that first over our mental self.
Yeah.
And I can dive a little deeper into that, but those who are in a profession that they love, and that they respect and that they have been in for a while, we tend to put that before ourselves. We sacrifice, we make sacrifices, and sometimes, it's not healthy for us.
Right.
So it's like, take care of you. You're 46 right now. Shit is hurting. Your neck
Wait
and
till
your
you get
back
to
and
52.
shit.
Yeah,
Get
real
out
shit.
the bed and you goddamn crawling. You
This is
barely
why I do
making it.
Pilates.
Take a
This
while
is
for
why I
that,
do
for that back
Pilates.
to get straight.
Come on now. Come on now. Shit.
Wait till you
my
get to
shit,
52.
I be fucked up. I can't even, ooh, girl, I get to 52, but I'm going to have to
That's why you
call
do
the
Pilates.
paramedics to
No,
get out the
do
bed. I
Pilates.
need to do Pilates.
Do Pilates.
Somebody told me a stretchologist.
Yeah, and you can get that out of Pilates.
Okay, I'm gonna do that shit, because I be fucked up sometimes. But but take care of you.
Yeah.
Right.
Take care of you.
And I
Take
think,
care
yeah.
of your mental, And, you know, just stay grounded. I'm already humble. You know, a lot
Mhm.
of people don't even know, you know, the
Yeah.
shit that my family
Does.
has
Yeah.
accomplished, what I have accomplished. You know, you just stay grounded. You stay humble because in my professional role, I help the community.
Right.
What kind of person would I be to brag about the shit I have accomplished when you got people over here that's struggling?
Right.
You know, that you're trying to help
Yeah.
get to reach a certain level. So you humble yourself, and I'm humble anyway, you know, so
Yeah,
that's
you
not a
always have been.
hard process for me. But I want everybody to be successful,
Yeah.
you know, and understand the struggle and get through the struggle.
Well, I think
You
that's the
know,
hard part with young people today. They
oh,
don't want to struggle.
they don't want to
Mm-mm.
struggle
They want it instant.
They feel like
because
they don't have to.
they don't
No,
feel like they have to
immediate.
because they see all this social media shit that's not
It's
real.
fake.
That
Mhm.
shit is not real,
It's
and they
fake.
think that's the life. Oh, we can get it if I got on some Gucci Gucci
OnlyFans,
shoes.
they on there
I'm
getting
winning.
20 G's a month
Yeah.
off the top.
So what's gonna happen when that shit get old and corroded and wrinkled and
Look,
shit?
and then there's girls who don't even really feel attractive.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
they
they're
know, but
super
they'll put the
insecure.
glue the face on, the wig on, and
Yeah.
put
It's
the
fake.
booty tail on, and now they,
The booty
The
tail.
booty
yeah,
tail.
there you
Well,
go.
what a
But he
retirement
right.
plan? What a retirement? What
But
about
they
when
don't
you
think
get
they don't
our
think
age?
that
I
far
mean, I
ahead.
can probably do an
You
OnlyFans.
could.
But what about when
Look, I count my big toe.
But what about when
Somebody
you
like
get
toes.
at a certain age? I know, right? Hell.
They got OnlyFans for toes.
With
No,
for
okay.
toes.
That might
But
be the
what
retirement
about
plan.
when you get a certain age where you're no longer interested in that, or you're no longer capable
But
of
they
doing
don't
those
think
things
that far
physically
ahead,
capable?
though. That's the
No, it's
problem.
all about the present.
Yeah,
So
they
I
don't
hope they
think.
stacking
Well,
them
that's
chips.
the immediate,
Are they
right? That's
stacking
the
them
immediate
chips?
gratification. That's what the generation, which no knock, but I feel sorry for parents who are raising kids under 30 right now because that's
17.
all they had was the internet. 100%.
Mhm.
There was no like with my
Oh my
kids.
God.
It was go outside and they
We
could only be on the
played.
gaming
Come
thing
on.
with a meat timer.
But look,
You
these
had 30
white
minutes
kids
for
are
the
still
game.
outside though. I was just driving through Hermosa Beach the other day.
You seen
and
them
they're
outside?
Yeah.
outside.
What?
They're
They was
little
playing
white kids outside playing shirts and skins basketball. I mean, these kids
and
couldn't have
riding
been no older than
bikes and
10.
shit.
Yes,
Oh,
they
Yeah.
live in the real life. They took the American dream life from us because our kids got to go inside because it's gang violence and all this dangerous shit. We can't be outside. We can't be at the park.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's too
Just
dangerous.
Doritos.
right. Oh, that's awful. Cause
They
we
live in
played
life.
outside.
They
But also
outside.
too,
That's how you
well,
were able
that's
to meet
how
people.
that's how you cultivate the weirdo culture,
Right.
right? Is those that are staying inside, staying behind a keyboard, staying in a locked room, and these are the ones who are
Being
shooting
on
up schools.
websites they ain't got no business being on, taking in and consuming all kind of fucked up weird information.
Right, and they're doing it, and not in bite-sized pieces. They are taking it in big gulps of weirdo content, and they're forming true opinions and their personality. That space and time is a child's mental development, age 3 to 9. That's it. That's all the time you got.